All right, how we doing, team? It looks like we're finding a little bit of a battle towards the close. It started good. We got even higher than 393 on the SPY. Now we're down towards 388.06. Why are we going down? That's the important part, right? Well, let's talk about what type of Fed talk was given today that could be taking us down a little lower. Let's talk about it on At the Close. We got Joel Elconin in the back. You guys hit the like. Let's get it started.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
All right, Joel, let's take a look into the action and what happened today.
Well, we went up. We had a nice high. We were just going, and then, yep, you got it. Fed speak coming out, saying this, saying that, saying the other thing. That put the end to a rally. Now we're back. We've done a round trip, folks, all the way back at unchanged here at 1550. Question is can we post a new closing high or a new high for the rebound? The buck, that's under pressure today, on down 87 cents. Actually, two bad days in a row at 102.78. The bonds turn it around here, now up a little bit less than a half a point at 129.19 and 30 seconds. Crude, well, that rally was short lived. Now up only a buck 03, 74.80. Gold, that's off its highs, but still in the green by 520, 1874.90. Silver goes from green to red, now back under 24, down 21.7 cents at 23,765. And Bitcoin, we're getting that big old move from 16.8 to 17.2. We are up $330 at 17,200 a quarter. Those are for the March futures.
All right, let's give some comments that came from the Fed today. Of course, San Francisco's Mary Daly stating that we don't need to see inflation get to 2% or even down to a stone throw before we would stop raising rates. This phase of tightening is extremely challenging and reasonable for rates to be at 5% to even 5.25%. She also stated that they have not seen core services inflation come down as we would like. Core service inflation, excluding shelter, has shown no sense it's coming down. Agreement among Fed policymakers that inflation is more persistent than thought. So if there's anything that we need to be looking in that CPI report on Thursday, we should look at what's said in those core services, as San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly clearly pointing out. Now, of course, we got another comment here that came in a little bit later, which was Atlanta's Fed President Bosick saying that rates would have to stay high for a long time, well into 2024. He says it repeats seeing rates rising to between 5% and 5.25%. That's one thing that we're starting to see multiple Fed members state that 5% to 5.25% there.
Yeah, I don't think we really had anything out of the ordinary here. We did have a overall better jobs number, so that's not good for the market. Big, I mean, if you consider, the lows. Wow, I can't even think about what the lows on Thursday. The low on Thursday was the interday low was 38.29. The actual daily low for Thursday or for Friday was a little bit below that. Well, that's a powerful rally, 160, 170 handles. I mean, straight up pretty much. The combination of the Fed speak, combination of some profit taking, combination of just, losing some leadership at the top with some of your value stocks. So not a disastrous day, but you don't like when I look at a day like this, it makes me, I don't consider it a good day, even if we do close in the green, maybe even rally 10, 12 handles, because you've created some overhead supply here. And now that you backed up over 50 handles off that high, it's a little bit of a different market structure going into that CPI number on Thursday.
All right, let's take a look at some of the at least one of the leading stocks in the S&P 500 today, which was Nvidia, as they were named a top pick for 2023 by Wells Fargo Analyst. Don't know how much this actually had to play with the rise, but it did get the lift, right? And so we'll put it on that right there. We'll see if this also is a top pick for 23. What do you think, Joel?
Top pick on the long side or short side?
That's always the
There
interesting
you
part.
go. It had a good move on Friday. This had been in a trading range for not quite as long as the S&P. And then you busted above 150 and you were just in an area of little resistance. So if you were holding out for this high right here, which was 160 something, probably higher than that, 160, 138, you didn't get it. You get to 160.56. So resistance here. Now you backed off $2.5, $3. So that's going to be a pretty good level going in tomorrow. I think if you don't get to it tomorrow or Wednesday, you could just roll over and maybe get back down to that, fill the gap under 150. So there it is, your top pick. Up almost 6%, while the S&P's flat. So Nvidia still hanging in there as one of your top components. Top 10 components of the index having a good day. SPOOs slip again into the red here. So there was a 2-day move going for a while, but right now trying to find buyers at the close from Friday, 15 and a half.
All right, let's continue going. We'll look at where we saw at least some, it seemed like rotation away. Let's go to the major drug manufacturers. We can talk about different ones here. Let's start with Regeneron, that actually had kind of the negative news, right? That was trading lower after it released sales guidance of approximately 6.26 billion for 2022. And it looks like their recent drug wasn't doing as well. With this guidance, they already took a major hit, but it wasn't only this stock that took the hit today in this industry. You guys can also look at J&J. That we did get kind of headline from JPM Healthcare Conference. So maybe look into that to see what's going on in that healthcare conference, to see if there's more that we potentially could be even missing here. But J&J CEO says that they continue to drive towards our 60 billion goal, pharmaceuticals by 2025, and confident about exceeding current expectations for our 2025 sales. At least further out the line, J&J didn't seem that bad, but definitely also taking a big hit. The only kind of positive in the industry was AstraZeneca to buying US-based Syncor Pharma for a 1.8 billion deal today. They paid $26 a share for Syncor shares in cash, or about 1.3 billion in total, premium about 121%. This is the industry. Now let's look a little bit underneath the hood to see if this was this a major rotation away, or was this just kind of a pause? Seems to me like a little bit more than just a pause, as we're definitely getting a hit down.
Yeah, Regeneron gave you the bad news. They're running with the bad news. Just near an all-time high just a couple weeks ago. I think for you Regeneron shareholders here, it looks like you have a date with the gap up low. That's 652.64. Really don't like it under there. You got a gap all the way to 600. So it turned, had a decent day on Friday. Turned here, now heading back towards that gap low. So I'll be looking at for Regeneron. J&J, it just been hanging out at 180, absorbed those sellers on Friday. Couldn't get followed through in today's session. Couldn't even get, with the spoos this strong, this couldn't even see unchanged on the session. Uh, oh boy, you're in a potential area of support here. In the lower 175 handle, I'm looking at least two highs going back. But if you can't catch a bid here, I keep a real close eye. 75.31, that's that current low. After that, things open up to 174. That's a big red bar, no gap situation. Just a trade that people have been hiding out in today, or today or last year. And not sure what they said at that JP Morgan healthcare conference, but you took a turn early, see some profit taking here, and bad day for Johnson and Johnson. Usually not one of the biggest losers in the S&P or top components of the index, but it's going to get that crown today, trading down 2.62%.
And just to kind of mention it, we don't got to go too deep, but Dennis has been on this for a while now. The turnaround maybe in Merck, and we've been talking about would this continue? I mean, look at that turnaround today from a high, and it made a new high, right? 115.49, 115.74 today, and whoosh, right back down.
I don't got a 1574 print, but maybe you do. I got a 1493 high, which was
Let me
right
check.
near the open. Maybe that was a bad print there. There was a turn. I'd say this 110 area, which we're bearing down on right now, isn't important. That was the low for last week. The low for last week, 0949. You hit 0994 today, still hanging out near the lower portion of the lower quadrant of the range. So big move, and I don't know who came up and upgraded it a couple days ago, but man, oh man, you talk about near. It wasn't Friday, but maybe it was Thursday. Top ticking it. So there you go, 110. Big support for Merck. Lilly getting hit too. Nothing in there. Really don't see anything till 340. That's your next daily low. Well, got one other intermediate low in here at 346.36. So keep an eye on that. But all these stocks moving in the same direction. This had a big move up and then the consolidation, and then you just caught a turn today. Speaking on selling on weakness as opposed to strength.
All right, let's continue. Let's get into all the kind of upgrades, downgrades. There was a lot of madness today. We weren't able to cover it all on pre-market prep, but like always, I mean, there's so many upgrades and downgrades every day now. It's hard to catch them all. And definitely, they were moving stocks today. Let's go to the first one that I want to talk about, which was Uber, as they got the upgrade to overweight from neutral from Piper Sandler. And they stated, of course, that vehicle prices are near all-time high, that they don't expect a quick reversion to historical pricing, and that consumers, especially the cash-strapped ones, could be looking at car sharing and hail rides, right? As to, of course, old cars. And I think that, Joel, could you have gotten it right? Less cars in the future?
Only been saying that for like 100 years. All right. Nice lift for Uber. Upgrade. These analysts are having their fun. They're having their fun early here in the 2023 year, moving stocks with their upgrades and downgrades. A gap and go here. Nothing really clear for me at the 2805. You backed off into the mid 27 handle. Still going to be a good day. We'll see. You'll get through 28 tomorrow. Next daily high comes in at 28.46. Did this give Lyft a lift? Let's take a look. Yep, up 87 cents. It's doing better almost than Uber did off the upgrade. Next daily high to contend with in shares of Lyft comes in at 13.74. Just stuck over 13 today, 13.27, your current high. So Lyft moving off the Uber upgrade.
All right, I'll go to another one here that is definitely on my radar. I don't have any of these two names, but technical wise, I'm like all over it. Look at Visa and MasterCard, KeyBank giving them an upgrade today. These charts look good to me, actually. If I just think of the chart itself, there's rare times where I just only go in technicals, but this looks good to me.
All right, which one you
Let's
want?
do Visa.
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 I know my Visa.
Visa.
Woo, pretty big here. Oh, what are we looking at? This is a definitive move here. Follow through after Friday's high. I just once again, I don't like when stocks make such a impressive move and then they back off. So
Mhm.
you did get up to 222.21, room 222, but nothing there. At least nothing there for me on the dailies. Coming back, high close of the move here, 217.75. That was from yesterday. Looks like we're going to improve on that today, 218.92. So good move. I just don't like the pullback here. Got a small gap to fill on the downside from yesterday's range. So just like I said, I don't like when stocks reach a level, then pull back. MasterCard, same kind of thing. Nice run off the open. That's going to post a new closing high by a nice margin as well.
All right, let's keep it going with these analyst ratings. Let's go to this was one that definitely I felt, and I think Joel himself, when he read it, was like, what? Okay. B of A Securities upgrading Zillow Group to buy, raising a price target to 42. I don't know if housing, it seems like an area that I want to go investing in right now. But hey, I mean, I'm not the analyst here. B of A, what do you think here?
Jeez, man. I mean, look at your monthlies down here, and I would say just keep banging your head against that $40 level. Didn't quite get there today. Trading in the mid 38 handle now. The longer this, I mean, I would just say get to 40, get to 40, get to
Yeah.
40. This doesn't get to 40, then I'd be expected to what it's been doing since middle of 2021, and that would just be roll over and die. But analysts getting the desired upgrade today. Z, then you could look at ZG. Boom, boom. That's having a nice move too. Ah, man, just maybe sustainable, maybe not. 40 looks big on the monthlies too. Maybe they're just thinking, well, things were so great in 20, it's bad in 21, 22. Maybe this is as bad as it gets. But going, they must not be paying attention to, rising interest rates or mortgage applications or anything like that. But maybe buyers will get more aggressive now. I just, because prices have come down. But boy, oh boy, I mean, it'd be hard to choke on, 5.5, 6.5% mortgage after you had forever and a brother to get them what 3.5, 4, something like that. So I don't know. Call for them today. It's working today, just like the Merck call worked for a day or two. Let's get that file through over $40 for letter Z, Zillow.
All right, let's go to lodging as Jeffries came in with a downgrade on Hilton and downgrade on Marriott. They put them both to hold. On Hilton, they put a price target of 134. On Marriott, they put a price target of 166. But I kind of have to agree here with the hold rating. And I think that that's the way I see these stocks too. Just kind of hold on because it's going to have some volatility this year. I don't expect to see too much upside. Don't expect to see too much downside. One thing that I'm clearly starting to see is that you could start seeing some business travel come back this year. I think that you're going to slowly but surely start seeing that, that scaredness about business travel with the pandemic slowly start going away this year.
All right. Identifiable levels. Marriott, I'll have to do some more examining here, but the Hilton HLT, that gave you a good number, and that was in the 130 handle. Had a high at 130.74, 130.63. Matched that high yesterday or Friday at 30.64. Despite the downgrade, got to 30.86 today. Now you backed off a couple bucks. But man, oh man, I mean, get over 131. We're in good shape here. If not, I think path of least resistance for the short term here would be a little bit lower. Marriott, I'm just not seeing anything here sticking out. Now, this still got to pop off the downgrade, but now settling near the low, current low of the session. Now, I guess it's gotten a little bounce. 51.65, 52.63. I just not. I mean, there was a point where I was more bullish these reopening stocks, but they've already had a huge run. I don't know. Kind of. What do you when you put on your door in a hotel room? You know, when
Yeah, do not disturb.
do not disturb. That's how I would. That's what I would say with my opinion on these hotel stocks. Do not disturb me because don't have a clear conviction either way.
Yeah, I don't have conviction either way. I do think that some business travel will come back, though, maybe keep them alive. But one thing just easy as this, just look at Airbnb, right? If that's not coming back, I don't expect these hotels to come back
Oh,
either. Airbnb is down to 89, and it's just been kind of on a slow drip down. I'm waiting for this thing to come back to 120s, but it could be a while till that happens.
oh boy, yeah. Once again, got the pop with the market quite a bit. Got through previous day's high by over $3, and now on the fade. Uh, Let's hold out. Let's see, 88.52. Man, look at all these closes in the 88 handle. 88.52, 88.72. Where you trading? 89 and a half. So as long as you hold that close from Friday, maybe you can get back up in the 90 handle, but pulled way off that high. So you'll have to pick an intermediate level tomorrow. And with all these stocks that, and I'm looking, they've had the low and end of rally and they're starting to pull back. So you could look at some kind of, 50% retracement here from that recent move if you're looking to get long. It looks like just after, well, this is a 10-minute. I don't want a 10-minute, but it just looks like you've had just a real steady seller here since just after 2 o'clock. So once again, I don't like charts when, they make a high on the day and then give so much of it back. And that's what you're having with a lot of the stocks as well as the market.
Well, I'm looking right now at the Tesla Dragon as it's starting to reject. Of course, it's not looking the best now, but it did top out around a level that I'm thinking, have we created some kind of range here? The 123.18 level
Yeah.
from December 30th is the level that I would give. It seemed like we couldn't get through that 123 today and started the rejection.
Yeah, that's a good one, and I think that's another good thing for you traders, investors to do is note that closing price for the year to see if stocks like right now. I mean, with what happened last week, what happened on Friday, market for the most part, at least the S&Ps and a lot of these stocks are in a little bit of a bullish mode just from that week and month perspective so far. But once you start getting back down, like right now, it turned out the close from last year, 23.18, found a lot of sellers at or near that area with the 23.52 highs. So I'll pull it back now. I tried to get Tim to talk about it bullish this morning. He had no wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. If you're waiting a pullback on this one, if you continue to get the market to pull back, you got a little bit of a gap area here between 17.11 and 14.39. 14.39 being Friday's high.
All right, we get in some breaking news coming out of Bloomberg on Apple and the semiconductor industry. Apple aims to start replacing Qualcomm modem as soon as 2024. Apple working on components to combine modem, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. As you're seeing the semis take a hit right now on this, Qualcomm being one of the stocks that's taking the hit. Apple right now is also going down on this news. So it doesn't seem to be helping any semis right now. I'm going to take a look to see if there's anything else that's moving. But like I said, this just hit the tape just a few minutes ago at 3:54. So there you guys see it. Another takedown. I would call this one another tape bomb there coming in here. And boom, they're getting the big hit.
Yeah, you got Qualcomm leading the charge on the downside here for you bulls out there. There's nothing until you get down to Friday's low at 110.05 as this news circulates. Not really in the crosshairs for today, but certainly over 1 or 2 day sessions with that Friday's low being 110.05. Uh, Apple, I mean, it's still under pressure. Did
Ooh.
have a nice day today. Made quick work of that 131. It started to work its way into the 133 handle. I actually had nothing there at 133.41. The only way that you could have stabbed at that one was taking a look at, splitting two highs back from the 23rd and the 27th. On the 23rd, 32.42 high, 31, or excuse me. No, there's nothing there.
Look at
One thirty.
Broadcom, AVGO. Boom.
Boom!
Shut down on AVGO. Look at that hard hit.
There's a tin
And
stock, man. You are 2 Fridays low in Broadcom, 62.31. That's what you need to recover in order to have a little bit of a rally into the close. S&P is losing momentum into the close. Be careful on this Broadcom. Your low on Thursday is way down at 51.12. Let's see. That's taking Nvidia off its high, even though not directly related. Seeing some profits coming off in AMD. So Apple with the tape bomb here, not doing much for their stock either. Looks like S&P's here closed due to close at or near the lows of the session.
yeah, the only thing I could think of is who's going to benefit from this. But not being able to catch any of them right now. They're all kind of getting that red tick right now. We'll see what happens towards the close. And of course, after the bell. After the bell is some one where that I will see if Apple can come back on this news or will it all leak on this. Definitely not what you needed when the SPY was already coming down here. So it's not looking good here towards the close.
No, definitely not the momentum. Apple, maybe they just don't need chips at all because they ain't selling anything, right? So much as far as creating their own chips. But definitely not what, as you said, not what the market needed. Battle here at unchanged. That close on Friday, 15.5. Looks like you're going to have a double close here. As I said, the bad news is we were some 50 handles higher when we made that high at 73.25, looking pretty far away for right now.
Yeah, it kind of stated just the overall perspective, right? Technology was leading sector on the day from the open. Now it's no longer. Now it's in second place. Utilities is the leading one from the open. Overall change, you still see technology. That's why I like paying attention from the open and seeing how it changes throughout the day. Is it the leader? Did it start moving back down? Well, it took another step back down after the big push. Let's go to the Tesla Dragon. What's going on? What's going on? Is this going to move back down and crack? I don't know. We'll see what happens on that one. I even was thinking about Tesla today. I was like, should I short the range? And I was like, man, but this seems like such a trap. Either way, it's tough. It's tough to play a name like that. So I'm going to stay on the sidelines. Let's see if there's anything in the chat that we missed today that you guys wanted to cover. Want to make sure we always get to that. Not seeing too much in the chat out there today. It looks like some people were still looking at the boil in UNG. So we'll just end on the natural gas.
All right.
Guess what? Ain't much there, team. Ain't much there.
No,
Bounce, but shortly lived, like always. It seems like the natural gas one is just like every time it starts going, it turns right back around.
Let's look at the Natty G because I was asked about that in PreMarket Prep Plus, and I said maybe room up to 420 here. Oh, you always like to have that, right? Couldn't quite get there. Got to 4.128. Just a bad few days, but still that. Oh man, I know those highs aren't that close. I'm still sticking at 420 with the 3-star. Here we are. Week close here. Going into the market, just be careful if you're trying to buy that dip overnight. The way we came up on Friday, there's not much going back on the downside. So no Kyle James. There's not Fed Wednesday, CPI data on Tuesday or Thursday.
That's it.
maybe we'll have like a tired Tuesday. We'll see what happens with that.
Careful, team.
Our guest will be Michael Houston from across the pond. Great job, Mitch. And I'll check in with you all in the morning. Have a good night.
Have a good night, team. We'll get Joel out of here. And like always, team, smash up the like button if you guys haven't done so already and you want to join the book club, the financial book club that I'm going to go ahead and be putting on. I want you guys to be a part of it. So I'm going to give you guys the link here so that you guys can join the financial book club and keep stepping up your skills. I know this isn't for everyone, but for anybody that wants to keep pushing in their financial journey, join me and Benzinga as we keep pushing forward. You guys will get that link there. We'll go chapter by chapter, look for real life examples, and you guys can join the conversation. That's going to do it for all today. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's show. We'll see you bright and early on Pre-Market Prep, 8 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss it, team.